Most small business spend all their time on their Google business profile and completely neglect their website. And that's a mistake because the website is an important part of getting your business more leads. This is the full breakdown of the website pillar from my 6-month local SEO plan, the exact pages you need, how they should link together, the technical issues you need to fix before you even submit to Google or Bing, and where you should place your keywords. Let's get straight into getting you more local SEO leads. The first thing we need to go over is exact match domains, meaning you register your business name as a domain. So if you're a roofer in London and this is the keywords you want to target, the location you want to target, you would do something like roofinglondon.co.uk or roofer in London, something like that, because it's a ranking signal, it's a trust signal, and all the top websites, if you just put this on your Google, will actually do this exact match domain or close for the terms they want to rank for. Here's some example: londonCityRoofing.co.uk, London Roofing Specialist, because these are the keywords that people look for. Golden Roofing, again, roofing in there. What you don't want to do is keyword stuff, a domain you can't legitimately claim. So even for your Google's business profile and for your website. So if you can't claim that domain, don't do it. Try some variations, but don't try to do things that will bite you after. Okay, so thing number 2 is core pages, meaning homepage, about us, gallery, reviews page, services, locations, or service area. Basically, this is the foundation where everything links from and to. We want to have the link to those pages in the navigation bar, in the footer, and also in each section of your landing pages. Meaning, if you have a gallery section, you link to your gallery. If you show your services, which you should, and say the home page, you link to your service. Your About Us section, you link to your About Us. And your form or contact, again, you can link to your page. Now the third, which is dedicated service page, this one is super important because these pages are the ones that will drive the most traffic to your website. So people that search for a specific service, and say if you're a roofer, they'll search for emergency roof repair, flat roofing, roof tile replacement, and gutter repair. So you want to have one page per service, not one combined page that just lists all your service. You can do that a service hub page, and then those link to the dedicated pages. We'll go over that in the internal link structure. So if you gutter cleaning, gutter repair, emergency roof repair, separate URLs. Each one focus on one keyword only as the main one. And then we go over the dedicated location pages. This can be either just location pages for your company. Say if you are a home renovation company, you can do home renovation company in London, and home renovation company in Bromley, home renovation company in Croydon. And you can also do service pages with the location. So emergency roof repair in London, emergency roof repair in Edinburgh, emergency roof repair in New York, in Brooklyn. That's the pattern you want. So the locations you serve are the ones that you need to put on your website, because people search the area name, not just the trade. Most are just looking for, if they have a trunk that just landed on their house, and they are looking for companies that serve the area, that can get there faster. They are not going to look for a company that's super far, it's like 25 kilometers, that will take a long time to get there. They want the fastest and the best company for that job. This will link on the navigation bar, and also they will link from your dedicated sections page, where you actually serve, where you actually, and again also in your footer you can see areas we cover: Croydon, Bromley, Leamington, and the services. If you don't have too much, because you don't want to have a very heavy footer or even a drop down in your navigation bar with too many sections, you'll just put the important ones, and then we'll do internal linking for those. Even though it's important to have location pages for each one of your service, for the locations you serve, you don't want to overdo it and do every single borough, every single street, every single city. You just want to focus on the most important ones that you truly want to serve, and then go from. Now we have internal linking structure. This is super important, but most small business and SEOs ignore it. So navbar footer has linked to all core pages and main service pages. If they are over 6, you just put the hub so they can go to your service page and location page instead of having a drop down with a lot like 10, 12 pages. That's just too much. 12 options, no. The things over 6, you want to cut them down and just put the link to the service location page. So home page links to service plus location pages and the other core pages. One section on the home page for each core page, say gallery, your services, your about us section, will link to that according page. Your services will link to your services page will link to that specific location as well. So if you're emergency roof repair in London, you link to that London location, which is roofer in London, emergency roofing repair company in London, something like that. And the location pages link back to the service you offer there. So again, basically the same thing, just reverted as before. Now we move on to the technical part. This is a bit harder for small business owners to actually do, but this is super important because the more technical issues you have on a website, the less rankings you'll have, because Google will see, people will bounce, there will be accessibility issues, people won't be able to read your text, people won't be able to actually understand your content because it's broken, it loads super slowly, there's missing images, missing alternative text for people that can't see. Let's go over some of the tools that you can use to actually audit your website and see your page speed. These are 2 free tools I actually use. Screaming Frog and Href. You can use the audit tools of both of these to actually see what's wrong with your website. Page speed, we use it for the technical audit of your speed. So this is what they would show you. So as you can see, internal pages with errors like 404 would mean that the page doesn't exist or it's not available. Orphan pages mean has no incoming and internal links from other pages, so basically they won't be able to show it, that people won't be able to navigate to it. Meta description too long, title too long, this also is a bad problem if it's way too long, because Google prefers around 60 to 80 for the title characters and around 140 to 160 for the meta description, because over that it will just be cut off. So if there's important information that what cut off, people won't be able to see that. Page speed insights basically shows you the performance, accessibility, the good practices, and SEO. SEO part is a bit of a miss here, but the first 3 are very important. Mostly the performance and accessibility, because this will impact a bit on the SEO and conversion rate optimization, because if people land on your website and it takes 5 seconds to load, they will bounce, they will go to your competitor. Google sees that people are bouncing and they will de-rank you because people just don't stay on your website enough. That's a ranking factor as well, and you will lose all of those leads. Accessibility, meaning people can't read your text, the text is either too small or it's not contrasting enough against the background, or there's no alt text, the images are not readable for screen readers, you don't have the alt text, people that can see or are using screen readers won't be able to understand your image. So again, this will be a problem that Google flags and will de-rank you a bit. This is how the Screaming Frog would look like for the audit. There's a lot of things I won't go here. Maybe I'll do a technical audit video so you can understand a bit of these issues, but you want to focus on the most important ones, which they usually say the issue priority, and as you can see they are flagged with in this case red, and here high. So you want to focus on that. I'll try to do a video on this so you can understand these issues better, but you want to fix them before you even submit it to Google, not after. You don't want Google to not index your pages because there's a ton of technical issues. Again, if it takes too long, you're losing leads, so you want to do this properly at the first time, instead of having to then do it after you've indexed and then requesting index again. Now, keyword placement. There's 4 spots I recommend you to put your keywords. Title tag, meaning this one that will appear when people search. URL, in this case it's the home page, so you can't do, but say it's Emergency roof repair, you do something like emergency roof repair London. That would be it. That would be the URL for that page. And maybe if it's a, maybe we'll even do something like this, services. So this would be the, so it would know that it's a service. Google would know it's a service page. You also want to have it in your H1, meaning your main heading. In this case, it would be like here. As you can see, this is the big one. And then you also want to have the keyword, as you can see, roofer in Bromley, in your first sentence or your subheading of your page. And then you can spread out a bit more and also do variations and other types of near identical keywords, but you don't want to overstuff because Google will flag those and penalize your content, your page. What you want to do is answer the searcher's question, show the service, show the locations you serve, show why they should hire you, where you located, things like that. So that's the whole website pillar that you need to do in the first 6 months. The right pages built and linked correctly, real images instead of stock images, audit your technical issues and fix them before you even submit anything, and your keywords in the places that actually matter and actually will drive the rankings. Skip the blog posts, skip the cheap backlinks from Fiverr or other types of platforms. None of these move the needles before you're doing this correctly. If you want this built or audited for your business, I do free audits. The link will be in the description for you to book a meeting with me. This was one of the 3 deep dives, so my 6-month plan. I will be doing one for keyword research and one for setting up your Google business profile to get leads fast in the 6 months. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you want to see those. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.